Hi, I'm Raborn Johnson for Sample Library Review, and today I'm checking out Mission 6 by UVI. Mission 6 is an emulation of a 16-voice analog soft synth from the early 2000s that has tons of presets, character, and a deeply tweakable interface. Mission 6 is compatible with both the free UVI workstation version 3.1.5 or above, or UVI Falcon version 2.5.6 or above. Mission 6 downloads as 11.95 gigabytes and includes 400 presets with 341 layers derived from over 33,000 samples. Mission 6 is available from UVI for $79. So today we're checking out Mission 6 by UVI. I personally love UVI's products. They make so many cool pieces of software, especially their soft synthesizer Falcon, which is just amazing. But one of the things I love about UVI is they make all of these products that go wonderfully well with Falcon, but they also fit within the UVI workstation environment, which is an absolutely free piece of software. So anyone can take advantage of these instruments. You don't have to have Falcon. You can simply get the free UVI workstation and dive right in. Mission 6 is actually a soft synth emulation of a synth all the way back from the early 2000s called the Alesis Andromeda A6. I believe that's what they're emulating here. It's just a really unusual synth with some really unusual kinds of synthesis, different than what you're probably accustomed to. I know that they use, I believe, SEM. I'm trying to remember, there's cross and ring modulation. There's ladder style filters. There's all sorts of different things, numerous LFOs, just a lot going on under the hood with this one. There's actually about 400 presets. So we're going to go through some of the presets to give you an idea of what it does. And we'll also dive into the sound design engine to give you an idea of some of the sound shaping capabilities that exist on board. I'm barely going to scratch the surface. This thing is really deep with a whole lot of possibilities, but let's go ahead and dive right into the presets. You'll see that if you're in UVI Workstation, you can just click the little, it's actually here. You click the little folder, and of course you've got your sound banks on the left, and then you've got your different folders within Mission 6 in a descending order. So we're looking at the basics folder, which you can see in the basics alone, there's a lot going on. You've got all of these different categories that you can choose from. Let's go ahead and start with the mono mode in the bass. Just typical bass mono going on there. Now, one of the cool things with this engine is you actually have two different layers. Right now, I only have layer 1 active, but I'm going to go ahead and turn on layer 2. And these are easily selectable just by clicking on the layer. You can see you've got all of these different things you can choose from, but I'm going to go ahead and activate layer 2 as well. Let's see what's there. Really, really cool. All right, let's just go ahead and jump to another preset. This one is bass polyunison, and that is one of the things about this synthesizer is it was a 16-voice polyphonic synthesizer. So, you can put it in mono mode if you want to. Obviously, with all soft synths, you're going to get that poly version, but this was a unique synth. Go ahead and activate that second layer. Really, really cool. All right, let's go ahead and let's go down to a brass unison. Let's see what that's all about. go to, I want to jump ahead a little bit. These are, again, just some of the basic templates. These are somewhat like init patches, just to get you started with, a pluck or a synth, a pluck or a pad or, a bass, that kind of thing. But this is just to give you really, really basic taste, and then we're going to get into the more stylized presets. Again, let's add that second layer on there. Okay, let's go ahead and jump straight to the more stylized things. Let's go with the animated arps. A Purity is the name of this one. Really, really cool. You're really getting a feel for what's possible here. Oh, I love that. That's super cool. Let's just go under the hood a little bit. You can see that you've got your main page here with obviously, your layer edits. You can actually control whether you want to use the functions here, your ADSR, your balance controls for your amp. If you want to do that just for layer 1, if you want to do it just for layer 2, or if you want to add both, you can actually control it over here. You can see you've got, low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, your resonance controls, all of those kinds of things. In your edit mode over here, you can put it in whether you want to do mono or polyphonic. Right now I'm in mono. This is a really cool function. You can do your pitch where you can actually control, and obviously, once again, you can do 1, 2, or both. You can control if you want to add an octave up, if you want to pitch it a semitone so that you could just affect layer 1. You could keep layer 2 in the native pitch that you're in. Let's say you're in C minor. You could have C in layer 2, and it would automatically, if I wanted to do this, I could go up to 5 essentially, and I could be on an E minor with layer 1. So just really, really cool. Obviously, you can add your octaves here. There's a whole lot going on. I'm going to go ahead and jump over. This is your mod wheel control. You can control things like your filter, your trim, your vibrato using your mod wheel, which is a really neat functionality. We'll get into that in a little bit and actually play around with that a little. Your modulation page, you've got a step sequencer over here, or step modulation. It's not really a sequencer, although it kind of is. You've got your step modulation. You can, again, control everything about that, from the number of steps to the delay. You can smooth it out versus having it really, really syncopated. You've got an LFO with your different waveforms, your different modes. You can control the depth for things like level and pitch and filter. So you can actually do an LFO just for the pitch or the filter and not just the level, which is really neat. Tons of effects. Obviously, there's some great effects here. Spark Verb, which is a UVI's version of reverb, is a special highlight over here. And you've got your arpeggiator, which is super duper deep. So much going on. There's all sorts of presets for the arpeggiator, but just suffice it to say this thing is super deep. I mean, you can obviously control your semitones. You can control the mode that you're in, whether it's a single note or a chord. You can control the pan level for each step, the gate for each step, a CC1 for each step. You can tie steps together. I mean, it's just really, really cool. So you can make all these cool sequences simply. And I love this. I love that you can just drag this up, just to change your notes instead of having to use it on a grid or something like that. It just makes it so much easier. Just a really, really neat thing. You can double click it. So if you want to go up, say 17 semitones, so much easier to just double click and type it in. Lots going on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut up and let's get into some more presets, and then we'll look a little bit more at the sound design engine in a while. We're still in this arpeggiated category. This one is December. And let's go to fast, or furious and fast. Boy, that's fast. And let's go ahead and jump down to Moonlight. Let's see what that one's about. Just has a very digital sound to it, which I really like. Obviously, analog is all the thing right now, and I do love analog synths just like everyone else. But man, there's sometimes you just want a good digital sound, just gritty and just I don't know. There's something about certain digital synths, and this one has kind of that same interesting character. Multiverse, that sounds fun. Let's see what this one's about. Really nice. I really like these animated arpeggios. Let's go to Oxygen Nation. Really cool. Man, there's some fast ones in here. And of course, they're also going along with the grid. So, I'm not exactly sure what I've got my BPM set on right now, but I think it must be something like 120. Really fun. I mean, you can just have a lot of fun with something like this. I just enjoy it. It always causes me to go in completely different directions. That's one of the things I love about an instrument like this with, a lot of these settings like the arpeggiators and the sequencers is you sit down and you have no idea where the sound's going. I had no idea. I have no idea where these presets are going. And so you just start playing with them and they just lead you to do things that you wouldn't normally do, which is so cool. Had a really interesting syncopation to it. It's like almost like it slowed down towards the end. Ooh, let's try Tangerine Work. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the animated chord steps. Let's try Liberty Gate. Let's go down to Observatory. And let's jump down to Side Chainish. And let's go with the O sequence version 1. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to animated 1 key, Cali Mucho. That one's just all in one, thus animated 1 key. How about Mission Phraser? Retro Gamers. That sounds just like an 8-bit game, doesn't it? All right, let's get to some of the basses. How about Loco Motivation? Fat Brass. All right, let's move to the bells. C sharp in there, Raborn. C sharp. Let's see here. Kuda Wappa? Royal Mojo. Okay, let's go ahead and move over to the brass. Let's jump to the effects. And again, we're just scratching the surface here. There's 400 different presets, and obviously an endless amount of sound design capabilities. There's the mod wheel. Let's try more notes. That's a good investigative style rhythm. How about an old robot? Lots of unique effects in here. Let's try some of the keys. Dream Team. You can hear that aftertouch in there, that you can hear it continue to trickle out. Really interesting. How about Key Station? Stack keys. Let's jump over and try a couple of the leads. Guitar distortion, this will be interesting. Okay, how about some of the pads? Okay, and some plucks. Let's try one of the plucky sequences. And polysynths. All right, now there's still strings and sweeps and vocalish. I mean, there's just so many presets here, but I really want to give you an idea of what you can do with the sound design engine. So I'm going to go back up to the basics and let's try just a pad template double. Let's try that one. And we're just going to play around a little bit and see what we can come up with. Now, this is our starting point. Okay. First thing I want to do, let's go to the mod page. Let's see, actually, you know what? Let's see what those layers are. So the second layer is in the left ear. First layer is in the right ear, okay? So we're going to go ahead and let's modulate both of these. You know what? Let's try some different waveforms. And then we can introduce some additional modulation. Let's go 8 steps. And I'm going to go pretty deep on this one. But let's just do it to the second one. So you have to have headphones on to really hear that one well, but it gives you an idea. It just introduces some difference between the left and the right ear there, which is really interesting. Now, actually, I want to, you know what? Let's see here. Let me try a pluck. Wondering if a pluck would work well for an arpeggiated sequence. We're going to go down here and let's grab something melodic. Oh, we got to turn it on first. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what the second layer is. Second layer is really quiet. Let's see. If we turn that... Okay, let's go back here. That's cool. Let's put some of this nice spark verb on there. Chorus. And let's put some ensemble on there. That's really cool. I mean, you can just, there's so much you can do here. Let's see. Actually, for layer 2, I don't think you're going to hear layer 2 very much, but I'm going to put that up a couple of octaves. Oh yeah, you can actually hear that. I mean, that's just really cool. I'm just barely scratching the surface. Again, there's just so much in here. So many things, from dual arpeggiators to tons of effects. You've got, 7 different effects here. You've got multiple modulators, such as your step modulator, your LFO for level, pitch, filter. You can modulate with the step modulator both the level and the filter as well. With your edit, you can add octaves, you can add semitones, you can change from, your voicing from poly to mono. You can control things with the mod wheel. There's just tons of stuff in here in this dual layer instrument. It works in both the free UVI workstation, or if you have Falcon, you can obviously put it in Falcon, which just expands the capability 1,000-fold. Falcon is one of the best soft synths on the market, one of the absolute deepest soft synths on the market. It's just loaded, and I think my favorite part about Falcon is all of the cool scripts and sequencers that are in there. I mean, you can just do some crazy sequencing. I'll give you an insider tip here. I actually use Falcon at times. I use some of the interesting sequencers within Falcon to create string patterns for orchestral music. I'm actually working on a trailer album right now, and one of my favorite string patterns in this trailer album actually originated from a chord sequence that I used within Falcon and then just exported the MIDI out. So there's a bonus tip for you. Nothing to do with Mission 6, but UVI just makes some incredible products, and definitely always want to plug Falcon when I get a chance. I hope you've enjoyed the review. Thanks for checking out Mission 6 with me today. So what do you think? Do you like the sound and interface of Mission 6? Comment below and let us know your thoughts. Please like the video and share it with your friends, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to check out SampleLibraryReview.com for more news and reviews, and to stay in the know about weekly sales via our weekly deal compressor.